Hello students, myself Srimati Ranjana Bandare, Department of Mathematics, Government First Grade College, Hulkoti. So today we are going to have discussion with the third sem paper 1 algebra and number theory, third unit group theory. Here we are going to discuss with the basic concepts in group theory, introduction and then types of groups with examples. In mathematics, a group is a set equipped with a binary operation that combines any two elements to form a third element in such a way that four conditions called group axioms are satisfied. So, group is nothing but it is a set where we are going to combine the two elements and we are going to form another new element according to the four conditions, and the conditions are called as the group axioms. The concept of group arose from the study of polynomial equation starting with Galileo's in 1830s, who introduced first time the term group. So as a basic concept, here we are going to study the binary operation. If A is any non-empty set, then star is called a binary operation on A if for all A comma B belongs to A star B belongs to A. So instead of considering any particular operation, we have considered a general operation, that is a binary operation, and that is star as a binary operation. Here star may be any basic operation, that is addition, subtraction, it may be anything. So here binary operation means for any two elements from the set A, we are going to operate that operation on the both the elements, then the resulting element should be there in the set A. Then we are going to call that operation as a binary operation. Example, addition is a binary operation on the set of positive integers, but subtraction is not a binary operation. Multiplication is a binary operation on set of integers, but division is not a binary operation. A binary operation star on a non-empty set A is said to be commutative if A star B is equal to B star A for all A and B belongs to A, and it is said to be associative if for all A, B, C belongs to A star B star C is equal to A star B star C. If a set satisfies both, if the binary operation satisfies both commutative and associative. Example, addition and multiplication operations on the set of real numbers are both uh, commutative and associative binary operations. For if m and n are any two integers, then m plus n and m into n are again integers. That is, for every m comma n belongs to R, m plus n also belongs to R, and m into n also belongs to R. So next we shall have a definition of a group. A non-empty set G with a binary operation star denoted by, in common bracket we are going to write G comma star, is said to be a group if it satisfies the following axioms. The first axiom is closure law, that is, for all A and B belongs to G, A star B belongs to G. Associative law, for all A, B and C belongs to G, A star B star C is equal to A star B star C. Identity law, for all A belongs to G, there exists an element E belongs to G such that A star E is equal to E star A is equal to A. Inverse law, for all A belongs to G, there exists an element A inverse belongs to G such that A, A star A inverse is equal to A inverse star A is equal to E. If any non-empty set G satisfies all these four laws, then we are going to say that G is a group. Example, set of integers Z with addition. So it will satisfy all the four laws. The first law is closure law. We know that sum of two integers is also a integer. That is, for every m comma n belongs to z, m plus n also belongs to z. And hence we can say that the closure law is satisfied. Associative law. It is well known that addition of integers is also associative. Therefore, m plus n plus p is equal to m plus n plus p for every m, n and p belongs to the set of integers. Existence of identity element. There exists 0 belongs to z such that m plus 0 is equal to 0 plus m is equal to m for every m belongs to z. So here identity means by adding that identity element to any element we should get the same element. And as we say that if we are going to add 0 to any element we get the same element, and hence usually when the binary operation is addition, 0 will be the identity element. Existence of inverse. For every m belongs to z, there exists minus m belongs to z such that m plus minus m is equal to minus m plus m is equal to 0. Here minus m is the additive inverse of m. And here in case of inverse element, uh, if the binary operation is addition, so to get the identity element as 0, so we are going to add the negative of the given number. So the set of integers satisfies all the four laws. So we can say that Z is a group with respect to the binary operation addition. Similarly, we have another two examples. The one is set of rational numbers q with addition and set of real numbers q with addition. So next we are going to study the abelian group. A group G with the binary operation star is said to be an abelian group or commutative group if for all A and B belongs to G, A star B is equal to B star A, otherwise it is non-abelian. So abelian group means G is already a group and along with the four properties, if it satisfies the commutative property, then that group we are going to call it as a abelian group. Examples: set of real numbers R with addition and set of complex numbers C with addition. Semigroup. A non-empty set G with a binary operation star is called a semigroup if it satisfies closure and associative laws. That means if any set G satisfies only the first two laws, then we are going to call that one as a semigroup. Example: set of natural numbers with addition and set of integers with binary operation multiplication are the examples of semigroup. So next we have the concept of finite and infinite groups. Finite group, a group containing a finite number of elements. If a group is having the finite number of elements, then that group is called as a finite group. And if a group is having infinite number of elements, then that is called as a infinite group. So examples are, if a G with elements 1 minus 1 I minus I is a group, example for finite group. Example for infinite group, set of rational numbers q with addition. Next we have the concept of addition modulo m, where m belongs to the set of natural numbers. If m belongs to n and a and b belongs to the set of integers, then addition modulo m of a and b is denoted by a, and in circle we are going to write the plus sign followed by the suffix m and then b, defined as a and b. It is defined as addition modulo m of a and b is equal to r, where r is the least non-negative remainder when a plus b is divided by m. So where r lies between 0 and m. Multiplication modulo m, if m belongs to n and a and b belongs to the set of integers, Then multiplication modulo m of a and b is denoted by a, and in circle we are going to write the multiplication sign, that is cross suffixes with the suffix m and then b, defined as multiplication modulo m of a and b is equal to r, where r is the least non-negative remainder when a into b is divided by m. So when first we are going to multiply a and b, and that multiplication product we have to divide by m. Then whatever the remainder we are having, that is the least non-negative remainder, that itself we are going to take it as a multiplication modulo m. And for this one we have referred the following books. Thank you.